Right now, someone is choosing not to text you back. They opened your message, saw the color of your profile picture, and unconsciously decided you weren't worth responding to. Not because of what you said, but because of a color. You've never thought about it that way. Most people haven't. We assume our decisions come from logic, from what we actually read, from who people really are. But there's a hidden layer underneath every interaction, every choice, every first impression. A layer made of wavelengths of light. Here's what science keeps discovering. Colors aren't just pretty. They're psychological weapons, emotional triggers, and decision makers disguised as decoration. Let me show you how deep this goes. Think back to the last time you felt instantly comfortable around someone. You probably remember their smile or their voice or something they said. But do you remember what color they were wearing? Probably not. Yet research suggests the color of their clothing influenced whether you trusted them before they even opened their mouth. This is called the halo effect. When one trait we notice influences how we judge everything else about a person. And color hijacks this effect immediately. A study from the University of Rochester found that when men wore red shirts, women rated them as more dominant and sexually attractive. When the same men wore blue, they seemed more trustworthy and likable. Same person, same face. Different color. Different judgment. But here's where it gets stranger. This isn't random. Our brains didn't decide this yesterday. These color associations run deep, evolutionarily deep. In nature, red means danger, blood, poison frogs, threats. Your ancestors who noticed red first survived. The ones who didn't? They didn't pass on their genes. So your brain is still wired to notice red as a warning signal, as something important, as something you can't ignore. This is why emergency vehicles are red. Why stop signs are red. Why a red notification on your phone makes you panic, even if it's just a like on Instagram. Your nervous system is reacting to millions of years of evolution in 5 seconds. But red also means passion, attraction, energy. Because the same mechanism that made your ancestors flee also makes them approach when they want something, when they're in love, when they're hungry. Now think about blue. In nature, blue is rare. Blue is sky. Blue is ocean. Blue is safety, space. Calm water means you can drink. Clear skies mean no predators. Psychologically, blue slows your heart rate. It reduces cortisol, your stress hormone. This is why hospitals use blue in recovery rooms. This is why Facebook, Twitter, and PayPal all chose blue. They want you to feel safe enough to trust them with your information. Green is different. It's growth. It's nature. It's healing. Which is why therapists' offices often have green walls, and why apps that claim to help your mental health use green as their primary color. Green literally makes people feel healthier, even before they use the product. Yellow is energy. It's the first color your eye catches. It's why taxi cabs are yellow, why highlighters are yellow, why emergency caution tape is yellow and black. Yellow demands attention, but too much yellow creates anxiety. This is why fast food restaurants use red and yellow. They want you excited, hungry, and moving quickly. They don't want you calm and lingering. Every color choice in their branding is a psychological decision designed to influence your behavior. Now, here's where it gets personal. Let's say you're trying to build confidence at work. You have an important meeting. Research from the University of Cologne found that wearing red actually increases your physical strength. Not your perceived strength, your actual performance. People wearing red threw punches harder, lifted heavier weights, and competed more aggressively. Red doesn't just make other people see you as dominant. It makes you feel dominant. It changes your physiology. But what if you need to be collaborative instead of competitive? What if you need people to trust you, not fear you? Then blue is your color. Studies show that negotiations are more likely to succeed when the person attempting to persuade wears blue. People are more willing to compromise, more willing to listen. What about your relationships? Here's something nobody talks about. The color you wear on a date changes the entire dynamic of how you're perceived. But more importantly, and this is the real insight, the colors in your home influence how you and your partner interact. Couples who have warm-colored bedrooms, reds, oranges, yellows, report more passion but also more conflict. The same warm colors that increase attraction also increase arousal, which means higher emotions, including anger. Cool-colored bedrooms, blues, greens, create calm and stability. But sometimes they create emotional distance. This isn't magic. It's neuroscience. Color directly influences your amygdala, the emotional center of your brain. Different wavelengths of light create different emotional responses at a completely unconscious level. You're not deciding how to feel. Your brain is doing it automatically. Think about social media. Why do you think Instagram's logo is that specific gradient from purple to orange to yellow? It's not accident. Purple creates mystery and sophistication. Orange and yellow create energy and approachability. Together, they make you feel curious enough to open the app, but comfortable enough to stay. The color of the logo is the entire strategy. And your own feed? If you post a photo wearing blue, it performs worse than the same photo in red. Not because you look better in red, because red creates engagement. Red comments. Red shares. Red friction. Blue gets likes, but red gets conversation. Here's what psychologists now understand. You cannot separate color from emotion. They're not two different things. Color is emotion, expressed as wavelength. When you choose a color, you're not choosing decoration. You're choosing a psychological state, both for yourself and everyone around you. The real question is, are you choosing consciously, or is color choosing for you? Think about the last bad decision you made. The time you bought something you didn't need, said something you regretted, or fell for something obviously fake. Now think about the colors surrounding that moment. The red buy now button. The yellow caution you ignored. The blue link you trusted without thinking. Color isn't subliminal manipulation. It's just psychology that works so fast your conscious mind never catches up. So here are 3 things you can start doing immediately. First, become aware of color in your choices. Before you buy something, click something, or trust something, pause for 3 seconds and notice the color. Ask yourself if that color is influencing your emotion. Most of the time, you'll realize it is. Once you notice, you can choose whether to let that influence stand or to override it with logic. Second, use color intentionally in your own life. If you're going into a situation where you need to seem trustworthy, wear blue or green. If you need energy, confidence, or passion, wear red. If you're trying to be creative and open-minded, wear purple or orange. You're not manipulating others. You're just using a tool that already exists to put yourself in the right psychological state. Third, notice the colors in spaces where decisions are made. Your bedroom. Your office. Your favorite coffee shop. Do those colors support the kind of decisions you want to make there? If your home office is red, you might be creating unnecessary stress. If it's all blue, you might be killing your energy. The ideal is balance. And here's the thing that brings this full circle. Remember I said that someone didn't text you back because of a color? That was true. But it's not their fault, and it's not yours either. Their brain was just doing what millions of years of evolution designed it to do. See color. Feel emotion. Make decision. The real power isn't in manipulating others with color. The real power is in understanding that you're already surrounded by invisible psychological influences. The moment you see them, you're no longer controlled by them. You can choose. You can build your own color psychology instead of having it built for you. Colors aren't just decoration. They're the language your brain speaks before your consciousness even wakes up.